All right, welcome back to the Roast Yourself podcast, brought to you by Coffee Bean Corral and Current Crop Roasting Shop. Live and in the flesh with me right now is Catherine Mansell, Certified Q Grader and Director of Current Crop Roasting Shop in New Orleans, Louisiana. Catherine, you're here.
I'm here.
This is great.
It's always better when I'm here.
It's always better. And if you don't hear any crazy loud noises, it's because all of our fellow employees have decided for the next 10 minutes-ish to be somewhat quiet in the warehouse. So hopefully you can hear what we're saying.
Can't speak for the dogs.
No, the dogs are doing their own thing, so we'll probably hear from them. All right. Well, each week we set aside about 10 minutes to field questions from home coffee roasters and professionals alike about roasting, tasting, and most importantly, enjoying coffee. You can send your questions to questions@riypod.com. That's questions@riypod.com to get a nice shout out from us in an upcoming episode, and of course to get your question answered. Now, we have reached the bottom of the barrel on questions. We have. So I had this brilliant idea, and I gave myself permission to do it. So here's what we're going to do. Every email we get with a question for the next 7 days, so Friday through Friday, is going to be entered in a contest to win a $50 gift certificate to Coffee Bean Corral.
Nice.
The generous folks over at Coffee Bean Corral have sponsored more questions. So throw your questions about coffee roasting, coffee tasting, coffee enjoying, and send them over to questions@riypod.com. We'll be happy to answer those things, and you might win some free coffee. So there you go.
Nice.
Now, this week's question is from David C., who asks, "Hi there. I enjoy your podcast every week. Does developing a frothy crema actually improve the taste of coffee?" Now, I think he's talking about espresso, because crema is that foamy layer that appears on top of espresso shots. I personally can't tell if it does or not, but I keep trying just because it's fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. Good question.
Yeah.
All right, so we discussed this prior to the show. I love espresso. I have my own personal gut level from the hip impressions and answers to this question, and Catherine has actual facts and knowledge and science things to say. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to put myself out there. I'm going to share my experience, my feelings, and then you're going to tell us all if I'm right or wrong and what the actual deal is.
And I haven't heard this yet.
Okay, so. No, we have not. We've just discussed the plan. We've not discussed the content. So I don't know how wrong I'm fixing to be. Okay. You guys are along for a treat. By the way, this is we're drinking a half Robusta, half decaf coffee,
yeah,
which should be normal,
right?
I think.
Should be
and
normal.
It's
tastes like a Robusta.
Tastes like a Robusta and a decaf. Yeah. Do not just drink regular coffee, people. Same caffeine content. Okay, here is my from the hip thought. I know that the crema is from CO2. Mm-hmm. And CO2 definitely has a very kind of distinctive taste. We try to get it out of the coffee for the most part by degassing over time. I have never enjoyed the taste of just the crema. When I get it, I usually like to swish or mix my shots before I drink them to incorporate everything. I don't think it improves the taste of the coffee. I think what it is it can be a sign that you've applied enough pressure and you've pulled a shot of coffee that behaved as expected in the espresso portafilter. So it can be a good sign. And I think it looks awesome.
Yeah.
I think if you see those espresso, those shot videos where they're pulling shots on different espresso machines, they always want that crema. I think it looks great. I think it's a nice thumbs up to your espresso making and kind of affirmation that you've done it right.
Yeah.
I don't think it adds a whole lot. I've had coffee or espresso shots without crema that tasted great. So that is my from the hip thought. Catherine, take it away.
Sure. Obviously, the crema on top is letting you know that you've brewed the espresso well enough and slow enough to create the dense foam. And the darker the roast, the darker the crema is going to be. So it's an indicator that you have brewed a nice shot of espresso. The brewing part is on the money. It's not letting you know if the coffee was roasted well. It's not letting you know if the roast level that you chose was the best one to go with. It's just letting you know that you have created a nice shot with the crema on top. The darker the roast and the fresher the coffee, the more crema is going to be. but it actually does not affect what the shot tastes like. I've even seen videos of people talking about skimming the crema off to reduce some of the bitterness that comes from it. But it's not going to impact what your espresso shot actually tastes like. It looks amazing.
It looks amazing.
It really does, and it's nice for videos. And if you want more of it, use Robusta coffees.
Yes.
Robusta coffees give you a lot more crema than Arabica coffees, but it's not going to change the taste of your coffee.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so I wasn't terribly.
No.
Okay, that's good. I'm
good.
glad. Yeah, I had a guy call a couple weeks ago, and he was asking me that, like, cause he knows that I'm an espresso person. He was trying to get some good crema, and I was basically walking him through because he didn't have like the best setup. It's like a really really old kind of like big box store espresso machine, built-in grinder.
Yeah.
Didn't know if the machine was lacking. Didn't know if it was the coffee he was roasting, because when you're roasting yourself, which we recommend highly, it can, there's a lot of variables, and you don't know if it's you or if it's the machine. And so he was asking me about that, and I basically just said, like, because it's CO2, CO2 being, I believe forced through the oils in the coffee, right? The oil bubbles, right? Okay. So because that's what's happening, either you don't have the oil, you don't have the CO2, or you don't have the pressure sufficient to do that.
Yeah.
And, he was explaining to me that he was using coffee a couple days off roast. He had plenty of CO2.
Yeah.
And he does do dark. And I know you can force the oil out and cause it to oxidize. So I know that can happen, but he didn't seem to be doing that. Yeah. So we did narrow it down to the machine. That like the machine wasn't putting out enough pressure. It was an old, I think, secondhand. Yeah. And but anyway, these things are indicators and helpful. Yeah. Okay. So it's a good indicator of, like, you did the right things for the shot. Yeah. It's not a death blow if you don't get it.
Right.
And as always, what's most important is it a good shot? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. What are you drinking this week?
This week, I have got, I had some, I kind of squirreled away some Misty Valley. I got a couple of pounds at home, so I'm drinking that on espresso this week. Yeah. And I did a light roast. I like light roast espressos. I've been doing medium roast espressos for a while. Yeah. And I wanted to get back into, like, really try and get some of the fruit. And they are very persnickety. Yeah. The light roast espresso, like, my dialing in has been much more difficult with a light roast. And I forget, I've got to go a little bit lighter on the movements and not do these larger swings that I'm kind of used to doing with a medium and even a dark roast espresso. But I'm doing Misty Valley.
Well, we always talk about fruity coffees. We always talk about chocolatey or nutty. I've been drinking the Mutu. Ooh. Mutu Batak. Sumatra Mutu Batak. Okay. If you have never tried it, it's more tobacco-like, more cedar-like. And when I take it into just a full City Plus or just right into the second crack, it's smoky, woody, full-bodied, no acidity. And I know I just wanted to throw that out there because we talk about fruity stuff a lot. We talk about everything that's super, super sweet, but there is another side of it that we don't really talk about very much. And the Mutu Batak is a fantastic coffee. Okay. So I wanted to throw that out there. It's not something that you've had or something that you've tried. It is going to be different, but out of 50 people, I know at least 10 that really like it. So if you haven't tried something that's more on the woody, earthy tobacco side, it's definitely worth a try.
Yeah, and I know some Sumatras can kind of put people off. The Mutu Batak is not one of those Sumatras. Like, it's been that one and the Lintong are both, like, very approachable in terms of, like, not being they get really, really earthy sometimes. I don't think those are either really, really earthy. They're just nice and well balanced. I tend to get, like, stuck in a little rut and want the same kind of coffee all the time. But it's nice to mix it up. I'm gonna have to do that in the top. All right, David, thank you so much for the question. I hope this was a good answer for you. And Catherine, is it possible we left something out?
Positive.
100%. Yeah. In fact, well, actually, one thing you could do, I know we both benefit a lot from other people doing YouTube. And I think James Hoffman, James Hoffman is a YouTuber. If you don't know who he is, what are you doing? I mean, the guy, he's very British. He knows coffee very well. He's a delightful person to learn from. So look up his YouTube channel as well. It's where we learn a lot of stuff, and like if he said something on it, we're like, it's probably right. It's probably right. So check him out too. But dear listeners, if you have a different perspective than us or think we dropped the ball on this or that part of the answer, don't just sit there, just giving yourself an aneurysm. Go ahead and hop into the comments and answer our question. We actually got our first negative comment the other day. We did, and it was about me talking too much. And you know what? Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty is charged. I do talk too much.
But when I want to say something, I just put up my hand when I have a point. But most of the time, I really like listening to what you have to say, and I value your opinion. So if you ever talk too much, I'll always just point it, and I'll interject if I have something to say. If I don't have anything to say, I let you take it away.
That's okay. And when we're sitting next to each other, a sharp elbow also is effective. So, but yeah, hop into the comments and let us know what you think. Let us know your perspective on these things. If you found that like a Crema espresso is like terrible, you don't like it. If it's like, oh, I don't drink it unless I'll toss the shot. If there's not that thick crema on top, let us know what you think. We'd love for that. We love making this show. We love making this episode. We hope you enjoy it as much as we do. And we're excited to watch the Roast It Yourself podcast grow and reach more people. And we cannot do that without you liking, subscribing, and sharing, and all that good stuff. Be sure to follow our social media for Coffee Bean Corral and Current Crop Roasting Shop. We have Facebook and we have Instagram, and then we have an Instagram for the Roast It Yourself podcast. Come join the family over there and share awesome coffee pictures. We could not do this without the folks that handle our audio video behind the camera today and make us look and sound good. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. You guys make us look and sound good and make us able to do this every single week. Remember, send any questions you have about coffee in general or coffee roasting in particular to questions@riypod.com. And of course, this week we do have that contest for $50 gift certificate for Coffee Bean Corral. So submit those things right away. Questions@riypod.com. Otherwise, have a great day and happy roasting.
Thanks, David.